This is a real case. A newlywed couple disappeared from this beautiful island. Their luggage is still in their room at the hotel where they live. It was as if they had disappeared. After several days of searching by the police, finally found the bodies of the two in a remote place. The chilling thing is, both husband and wife had been brutally abused. Ian's killer was finally shot. Everything seemed to have settled down, but as a couple came to Henry Lake to film a documentary, an even more brutal truth finally emerged. Davis took his girlfriend Pia back home. They were going to make a documentary on man and nature. Davis's mother was waiting for them at the door. She seemed very nervous and kept asking Pia if she was American. It wasn't until Davis called out to his mother in an angry voice. Only then did Davis's mother politely lead the two inside. The next day Davis took Pia to see a friend. The friend was very angry and told them to get out. Then he immediately put a smile on his face and greeted them. The friend's name was Stuart, and he was just joking. As they mingled and mingled, Stuart kept complaining that business was bad. Although Lake Henry is very beautiful, but after the tragic abuse and murder, it became deserted. There were 8 victims in Henry Lake. All were tortured and humiliated by the killer before they died, until the newlyweds were found. The murderer killed his parents in terror and then committed suicide. The story went viral. Pia was suddenly inspired. A documentary with such an exciting and frightening twist would win an award, but Davis was very resistant to it because his father, a police officer, died in this case. Filming this case, it would be like exposing his scars, but Stuart was very supportive of Pia's idea. He even offered up his mother's collection of cases and videos. The reason was simple. He wanted so badly for the documentary to bring Henry Lake to life, so that his tavern would have more business. A few people got into shooting as soon as they could. Di's mother was unprecedentedly supportive of them because she hated Ian's murderer with a passion. If it wasn't for him, Di's father wouldn't have died. The 3 of them went into the crime scene back then. Through the test found that the ground is full of blood. This cannot help but instantly make the scalp numb. At the end of the shoot, there was a car accident on the way back. Davis is in the hospital recovering from his injuries, and Pia returned home to organize the shooting materials. Because of sitting too long, Pia played the shooting video while doing yoga soon after the shooting was finished. Because Pia was doing yoga and did not close the tape in time, I didn't want to hear Di's father's voice on the tape. This made Pia curious, because Di's father was responsible for the disappearance of Henry Hu. Maybe there was something valuable on the tape, but the more she watched, the more frightened she became. The video was recorded by Ian. The newlyweds were abused by their father and mother. The mother was also wearing a mask and twisting her body with a power drill, so Ian was killed to silence him. Di's father disguised as a victim and deliberately injured himself. Pia is watching as Di's mother suddenly walks in. She rushed to stand up and shut down the computer and barely fooled Di's mother. While eating, Pia saw the wall across the room. She saw the red mask from her abuse hanging on the opposite wall. Pia finally couldn't stay any longer, lying that she had something to do. She left in a hurry. Di's mother walked quickly into Pia's room. When she saw the ejected tape, she realized that she couldn't hide the secret for years. She turned around and drove after Pia. In the chase, Pia fell down. He hit his head on a rock. Unable to save herself, she drowned. Di's mother couldn't find Pia. She went home and took out all the tapes. After leaving her last words to her son, hanged herself. The documentary was a huge success. Lake Henry instantly attracted tens of thousands of tourists, but Davis, who was known as Lee and Lee, was not happy. He took a note from his mother out of his pocket. It read, "For your film, Mom." Davis looked up at the documentary trophy with a grim expression. He seems to have inherited the perverted gene from his parents. It's on the rise.